I currently work for a company called Harry's Grooming. It's a male grooming company doing razors, shower gel, things that keep men hygienic, which we appreciate very much. After graduating, I then started working in post-production and I stumbled across a master's degree in software engineering. I was like, you know what? Try it out.
Why not?
Try it out. Why not? Who knows where this could lead you to?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have the wonderful guest Tanya, and she's going to tell us her amazing journey of becoming a software engineer. So I'm going to kickstart off this interview by asking her to tell us a bit about herself and what she does.
Sure. So my name is Tanya. I'm a software engineer. You gave me a great introduction. I currently work for a company called Harry's Grooming. It's a male grooming company doing razors, shower gel, things that keep men hygienic, which we appreciate very much. So what specifically do you want to ask me? Like, ask me anything. I'm an open book.
Okay, so I want you to talk about your journey from high school to where you are now, because on your LinkedIn profile I saw you worked in production and media. Am I right?
Yeah, that
So
is correct.
I'd love for you to talk about all the way from high school to how you got to where you are now.
Well, I hope you got a long time because it's a long, boring story. So when I was growing up, when I was in school, most of my childhood, there was no such thing as the internet. So my outlook on the world was limited and came through TV. So I only saw like successful people via my television. But I always knew that I wouldn't want to be in front of a camera. But I was fascinated how like the ideas and stories went from being in someone's head to suddenly on my TV screen. So I was like, maybe this could be an interesting career path. It was either that or like going into admin or working in a shop. I was like, what I could do in life is very limited. This seems a bit out there. Let me give it a go because I love a challenge, right? I don't want to just be like everyone else. So after doing my A-levels, I went to the Montfort University in Leicester and studied media production. After graduating, I then started working in post-production. So everything after something's been filmed, any type of video, this TV show, movie, music video, whatever, after it's been filmed, you then go to post-production. So you do your video editing, you do your sound engineering, any visual effects. So I worked at a post-production company that did all three of those. Realised very quickly that there wasn't much progression. There was a lot of nepotism. So if you knew someone, then you could progress. If you didn't, it made life a lot harder. So I was like, okay, I've got to rethink this idea. So I was fortunate after that to get a job at the BBC. It was the backside. I was in a little warehouse in a windowless room making DVDs of all the TV shows to send to different companies to buy. So if different channels across the world wanted to show a BBC programme, all the DVDs, which I will make up, send it off to them, then they can decide whether they want to buy it or not. After being there for about a year doing that, I was like, this is not fun. This is repetitive. I'm not very good with repetition. So then one of the BBC sister companies called Red Bee Media, they were looking for an assistant presentation scheduler. I was like, I don't really know what this means, but let's give it a go. So I went and did that. I was there for 5.5 years doing that. So I started off as an assistant, then made my way to becoming a presentation scheduler. So I was putting TV schedules together, putting in all the adverts, all the promotions. So when you see like 5 minutes of adverts and you're like, why is it so long? It's because someone like me did that. Apologies, had to be done. But when I was there, the software we were using was so terrible that people were getting RSI. We were constantly getting really bad bugs and like things that we were getting error messages that our users should never see. But we would get messages. And I'll just start copying and pasting and Googling them. Like, what's this ever message mean? Which made me stumble upon this website called Stack Overflow. Not technical at all. And I'm suddenly on Stack Overflow, like trying to debug things and like not having any access to any type of code base or even knowing what a code base was.
Yeah.
I eventually was able to get through to the development team after some persuasion. And I would sit with them with my list of what I now know is called bugs. I didn't know at the time. And we would go through it and they will make their fixes. I'll come back again and test it. And we go through that cycle. So what I didn't realise then is that I was actually in a software life cycle at this point. I didn't actually realise it.
Yeah.
So then one of them was like, you've got a knack for technology. Maybe you should look into this. I was like, no, technology sounds like it's for nerds, and I'm not really about that. I'm trying to be a cool kid still. He was like, yeah, no, I think you're straight up nerd, just in denial. So I went home after this discussion with him, started doing my research, started Googling, and I stumbled across a master's degree in software engineering. I was like, you know what? Try it out.
Why not?
Try it out. Why not? Who knows where this could lead you to? I went from knowing absolutely nothing to suddenly in a class learning C++. And I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. What is this? What's this function you speak of? Like, what these words you're saying to me? And that's how I got from being a kid to suddenly being a software engineer.
Wow, so you went from copying DVDs, sending them around the world, debugging them, planning when adverts were going to come on, to doing a master's in software engineering. And okay, wow. So then how did your career start after your master's in software engineering?
So after I finished uni for the second time, I took a few months out because I had a bit of working experience. I knew what kind of companies I didn't like working in, what kind of environments I didn't like working in.
Yeah.
I'm not really about that corporate life that much. So maybe I need to find somewhere that's not too corporate and will also let me, who has no working experience in software, will let me come in and give me a chance.
Yeah.
I was lucky that I found a graduate scheme at an online gambling company. To this day, I still can't gamble. Don't ask me any tips. I don't know anything about gambling whatsoever. It's just not for me. But I was fortunate to get on a graduate scheme there. The scheme lasted 2 years, and I was able to go to 5 different development teams in the company. And it really opened my eyes to explore technology, because at university, all I studied was back-end. Back-end and databases. That's all I did. Building APIs, connecting to a database. That's all I ever did. And the first team I was on in my graduate scheme was a gaming team, building slot games and bingo games. I was like, oh, this is very different to what I studied.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, maybe my first or second day, my manager at the time, he was like, what's your Flash like? I'm like, isn't Flash dead? He's like, it's not quite dead yet. Can you fix this bug in Flash? It's like, I was like, I've never seen Flash before in my life. He's like, you'll figure it out. He's like, you're a smart girl. And just threw me in at the deep end.
Wow.
Which now I appreciate it, because now I'm not scared of like learning any language, and like, come on, just bring it on.
Wow. And how do you find the job you're doing now, where you're working now?
It's really good. So I'm doing more front-end focused work. Still like to dabble in back-end, never ever give up on those skills. Always got to keep them up to date.
Yeah.
It's really good. So this whole time that I've been writing code, it's been a few years now, I've never done any CSS. So when people are like, you do front end, I'm like, yeah, but I don't really do CSS. At this new job, because I said this, my manager's like, oh, you're going to learn CSS now, whether you like it or not. So now I'm like, oh, man. So recently I've been doing a lot of CSS, a lot of using CSS Grid, a lot of Flexbox, which is fun. It is fun. I do miss doing like proper functionality and logic. So I'm like worming my way back into that.
Yeah.
And he's He's like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get away from the CSS. I'm like, yeah, I am actually. I'm not denying it. I am.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would really love to have my own business, like everyone says.
Yeah.
I'd also really like to be like a CTO, like a chief technical officer.
I can see that.
Yeah, I would love to be in charge of the technology for this entire company. Thank you very much. Yes, decisions have to come through me.
What business would you want? Like, would it be a startup, and what area would you be specializing in?
That I'm not sure about because I've got so many interests in so many different things.
Yeah.
And if I was to start my own business, it would have to be something that I'm passionate about. And my passions always come back down to Black people, to be honest. Well, like whatever I'm doing, like it always ends up coming back to Black people and the improvement of Black people and how we can lift ourselves up and be better.
Yeah.
It always, no matter what I'm doing, it always comes back down to that.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. At least then we know you have purpose in your business.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. It's interesting you say that about like technology helping Black people, because I was thinking, like, I've entered into tech now, and I'm thinking there's so many things that like we as like Black people could utilize. So like I remember there's one idea I came up with. If someone steals it's whatever. Like what's the company called? Is it L'Oreal? Lancome. They 3D print foundations, and I was thinking we need this to 3D print lace tint, for wigs. So I was thinking someone could scan your foreheads, they print off the lace tint, and that's your own customized bottle for lace tint. There's so many things. I'm like, if only I had the technical expertise to get to that level. But it's just like the resources are all there. It's just the people who are in charge of giving out these resources probably don't understand how it could help us or why they should invest. So I always see so many technology. Wow,
we're not in the rooms to have these conversations.
I see.
We need to start bursting into these rooms and be like, but did you think about blah, blah, blah.
There's another thing as well, like I was like abroad, and like when you like virtual reality try on makeup, so you go onto like a makeup store and then it just tries on, and it's mad because like whatever algorithms or artificial intelligence systems they used, it just didn't register with dark skinned girls. So I was just like, they're like, where's my lip gloss, where's my mascara? Like, yeah.
Even when it comes to like makeup, they always think that we're a monolith and they give us like 3 shades, and even the companies that do have multiple shades for us, they're always red undertones. So, and I'm like, I don't have red undertones, I can't wear your product.
Yeah.
Oh, but what? No, we don't come with just one undertone, actually.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you're not getting my money today. Bye.
Yeah, that's why we need more women like you to start more businesses that are purpose driven to help our community, because imagine how many women will be inspired by you and think, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it too. I've seen this technology, I can see how it can impact us. So that's exactly why I need you on my channel, so that we can encourage more Black women to be like, I can do that. If she worked in production and changed DVDs and was, managing the advert timings, and now she's working as a software engineer, then I can do anything,
If I can do it, I'm always in meetings there. Literally, I'll be in a meeting today and they're like, what are you drinking out of? I'm like, this random tiki mug that I found.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Or I'm always at my desk eating and they're like, why are you so chill? I'm like, because I am. That's my personality.
It's the vibe.
Like, I'm not always formal. I go into work and I'm very informal. They're like, you're a little bit too chill. And I'm like, that's just the way I am.
As long as you do your job well and you get it done, then there's nothing for them to say, really.
Exactly. I'm like, am I not doing my job correctly? No. I am. What's the problem?
Why did you decide to work for an American company?
It wasn't a choice of an American company. It was just a bit. What they were offering me just appealed to me. They're like, oh, you can use all this brand new technology, and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. I was like, yeah, you can use TypeScript. I was like, I need some TypeScript experience. I was like, with everything we're using is GraphQL, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to learn GraphQL.
Wow.
So, like everything, I was like, but I wanted to learn anyway. They're like, oh yeah, well we can pay you while you learn with stuff that you said you want to learn. I'm like, interesting. And then there was other fringe benefits like, oh yeah, we pay for your lunch on Thursdays. Oh, you're gonna feed me? Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Now I'm listening. And it's, oh, you can come and work in our New York office. Wait, you're gonna pay for me to travel as well? Okay, like keep on talking.
I love it. So there's international opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Right.
But when COVID hit, I was supposed to go to the office in March.
Oh wow.
When this all happened, I was like, I guess that's a pipe dream now. I'll see you in a few years.
Maybe next year, you know.
We'll see. Maybe not. I guess not the first half, because it looks like the first half of 2021. It's going to be very similar to 2020.
Yeah, hectic. Well, so how do you find the time difference? Because isn't America like 5 or like 6 hours behind?
Yeah. So New York is the company's based in New York. New York's 5 hours behind.
Yeah.
So they start at 2 p.m. our times. So I usually try and get as much work done in the morning.
That's true.
And like, time for meetings, and I'm like, ugh. The only problem with that is I have to be back at my desk for 2 o'clock, so I have to take lunch a bit earlier. I like to take lunch a bit later, so that my afternoons don't feel as long. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, I have to take lunch a bit earlier. Just I'm here for you.
Interesting. What other companies would you be interested in working for?
The thing is, I'm not a big fan of like corporate environments and like big companies. I wouldn't really want to work for like a big tech house. I wouldn't really want to go for like a Google or Facebook or Twitter or something like that.
Interesting.
Because I like a work-life balance. I like to be able to like, it's 6 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, I'm going home now, bye, let me go and do other stuff. I like to do other stuff after work to help the community. Again, because remember, everything I like to do always comes back to the betterment of our community.
Yeah.
So after work, I'll be volunteering and helping get more Black women into tech. So right now, I'm helping out at a boot camp for Black women. Lovely. So it's 50 Black women in Birmingham. And it's over 30 weeks. They're learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Node, MongoDB, and Python in 30 weeks, which is a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. So I'm helping them out. I've got 2 mentees there. I've been writing all the JavaScript course content. So bless them. They're working on my section right now.
Wow. What advice would you give women who want to go into software engineering or into tech?
Just try it. Don't be scared. There's a massive community out there, especially on Twitter. Twitter is a massive, like, tech Twitter is a thing.
I need to join it, actually.
People think Black Twitter is a thing. Black tech Twitter is a thing. Let's look up that hashtag. It's constantly going. Even if you're like, I'm interested in technology, I have no idea where to start, go on Black Tech Twitter and be like, oh, maybe I could speak to this person. And just go ask all your questions, because there's no such thing as dumb questions. There really isn't. I ask plenty of stupid questions every day. So anyway, I learn.
I'm part of the coding Black females chat, and it's like crazy how like networking with people like you brings so many opportunities. Like every day there's always like, there's a job post here, there's a job post there, there's a recruiter here, there's a recruiter there, and it's amazing like how but the thing is, people don't know about these things, so they don't have access to these opportunities. Because once I joined coding and Black females chat, I was just seeing there's a job here, there's a job there, can anyone help me with this, can anyone help me with that, does anyone work for this company, I'm having an interview. Like, it's so good to have this network of people, of Black people working in tech, because they can like plug you and help you get opportunities and just
So I'm also part of Coding Black Females, and the founder of Coding Black Female months ago, she's organising this boot camp as well.
Yeah.
But months ago, at the end of last year, she said she's never seen a line of codes that I've written. She actually has no idea of my codes of quality, or if I even actually write code. She has no proof of this. But she said to me, "Do you want to teach a workshop?
Wow.
Do you want to teach a workshop?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." She's like, "I'll pay you," and she's like, "It's fine, I'll pay you." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna pay me as well?" I already said yes, but sure. That's a double yes.
Exactly.
So the Black tech community is great because we offer opportunities for people to grow in. She doesn't actually know if I can write code. Every time we've spoken before, it wasn't about tech. It'd be about bad movies, bad wine. It wouldn't be about technology. But here she was giving me an opportunity.
Wow. And then you're then going to inspire other women to pursue careers in tech. That's the beauty of it.
It is, yeah.
Did you
think sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
I think the thing is, when you first come into tech, you're not aware of how many different types of roles there are, or even what technology can do. I was talking to one of my mentees last week, and I can't remember how we got into it. I was like, technology is everywhere. And she's like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And I just happened to be looking at my microwave. I was like, even think about your microwave, how you program numbers in and it starts heating up. That's based on technology. And she's like, "Didn't think about that." I was like, "Yeah, everything we use is based in technology. So why are we not building these things? We're consumers of them."
Exactly, yeah.
So why are we not building it?
Exactly. Did you say your house is a smart house?
Yeah. So it's not a smart house. I've automated some things, like my lights, automated. The only problem is when your electricity cuts out, like mine did a few weeks ago. And I'm like, "Oh, I've got to reset all these things. Like, damn it."
How did you do that?
So there's this company called, my lights are really easy. There's a company called LifeX that have light bulbs with Wi-Fi connectivity in the light bulbs.
Yeah.
What you've got to do is plug it into the socket, connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then download the app.
Simple.
It is actually that simple. There was no programming involved or anything like that. It was that. Even I've somehow got a lot of plants now, and I'm not really that green fingered. But ages ago, someone gave me an Arduino.
Yes, I know them.
So I created a little app on my Arduino that will check if there's enough water in the soil, so if the plant had enough water, if it was getting enough sunlight. Well, I can't communicate to plant. I don't speak plant, so I need someone to assist me. Let me build something that's going to assist me.
And a lot of these times you can actually just follow YouTube tutorials on how to do it.
YouTube tutorials, exactly.
So it's actually a lot more accessible now, tech. Like a lot of the projects you can actually do from home, and I don't think a lot of people realise that.
People don't realise that. And like GitHub is such an amazing resource, because sometimes even earlier today I was gonna pay for a subscription for something called Feedly, and I was like, I'm cheap. I don't want to spend money.
Yeah.
So let me go on GitHub and see if there's an open source version of this that I can use instead. Just because I don't want to pay for something. It's only like $5 a month. I'm like, I don't want to pay for it.
You can get
see if it's a free version, or better yet, I'll build it myself.
That's the beauty about the tech community. It's like if you post something on, to be honest, like GitHub or like some sort of forum, there's always someone to help you, or someone who can help debug your problem. So that's the beauty of the tech community, I think.
Yeah, there is always someone willing to help.
Always.
Like when I came to tech, I was like, it's going to be a bunch of people who are much smarter than me, and they're going to be sat at their computers and not want to talk to anyone. That's the impression they're giving, that
Yeah.
It's a computer, you don't know how to socialize, you don't know how to open your mouth and communicate. Any team that I've been on, be full of chatterboxes. People just not stop talking at all. Sometimes it's surprising that we get any work done because people are always talking.
It's mad because it's interesting you say that, because like before I entered tech, the lady, she's actually in our chat. She goes by the name, I can't remember. You know the whole hoo-ha of the salary situation. There's a lady on Twitter, like a black lady, who talked about her salary, and I was like, that moment it clicked to me. I said, there are black women out there who are making this sort of salary. In my head, I thought only that sort of salary in this community is, you know, your typical software engineer, what you stereotype it to, you know, like white middle class male. So saw a black woman tweet her salary in tech. I said, nah, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly.
So we need more representatives.
Definitely. We need more black women into tech, full stop. Or black people, not just women. Black people need to be in tech. We are massive consumers. You go on any social media platform, take your choice, and they're like, oh, look at my new watch, look at my new this, look at my new that. And I'm like, why are we not making, you're buying these things, why are we not making them? Make them so you get money in your pocket from what you are making. How about that?
Exactly. And especially things like makeup and stuff. Like skincare, all of that, like, you know, got to be glue. Like, it's not, I'm convinced we are the biggest consumers of got to be glue when it comes to laying down our wigs, and we're not even the ones to own it. Like, do they even really work with us? Like, they could work with us to, you know, formulate a product that doesn't leave the, you know, gunky white stuff after a long time. Like, do you know what I mean? It's so crazy.
This the beauty industry, if you think about like hair products, no one on this planet spends more money on hair products than black women.
We spend so much.
So much money. How many of us are making products? How many of us are even selling the products? Just selling the products.
It's crazy.
But yeah, we're the biggest consumers. The biggest.
I've got like 5 wigs. Don't ask me how much I've spent in total.
I need to know that. I need to know.
I can't.
Safe space.
My parents watch this video, and I'm not about to, you know. I can't expose myself like that. My parents they'll actually kill me. Like, it's crazy. You know what I was thinking as well? I was thinking, if they can 3D print shoes, surely they can 3D print hair or synthetic hair. Like, all these things.
3D print houses. Oh. They had 3D printed houses and got them built in 24 hours.
Oh my gosh, a house. They can print, they could, you know, get the hair strand and, you know, formulate it or whatever, you know, technology these days, and then just print hair. You could print it from your home, but no, we have to get it shipped from China. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's so many ideas that I have, and I'm just like, if I was to present this to someone who's not like me, they're not going to understand, you know. When I'm like,
so why are you not trying them? Why are you not making them yourself?
Oh, can I do that?
Of course you can. Why can't you?
I'm a small girl, you know.
You've got a community behind you. So why are you not doing it? Why are you not trying?
You see, I've got the ideas. I need the technical expert to bring it to life.
You've got a whole community. I'm on that WhatsApp, that Coding Black Female WhatsApp group. There's a few hundred people there. I think we're reaching the max limit for a group. There's a lot of us in there.
We might have to do a
whole community behind you.
That's true. In the future, watch this space.
I'm gonna come back and be like, "Have we started any of those projects yet? We started yet?"
Give me five-ish by then.
Months. 5 months. Come on. Something started. You don't have to have it complete, but at least get it in process.
An idea, yeah. Because it really baffles me. Like, you can 3D print meat. Now you're saying in 3D print house. What is hair? 3D lace. What is 3D printing lace? You know?
3D printing meat. Oh, I forgot about that. I think I blocked that out of my mind. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I choose not to think about that one. That's just like my brain can't process that.
That's the future. That's what's wild. There's going to be restaurants which are going to be, it'll be a screen. You pick this one. You can choose it this color. Like you can just imagine how left it could go.
It could also go really, really well.
True.
There are some genetically modified things like that. Like broccoli. Broccoli is not natural. Broccoli was man-made.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Look it up. Look it up.
Shocking, because that seems like something that that's crazy. Actually, I never knew that.
So maybe 3D printing meat is not that crazy.
It's just mad to think like what you could do. Like, it's just the people behind it obviously don't have our ideas that could help people in ways they wouldn't have imagined. Because imagine if you could 3D print lace frontals in your home, like, we wouldn't have to coronavirus comes. We don't have to worry about there being a lace frontal shortage. You know what I mean?
You know what happened? Maybe 6 weeks into lockdown, maybe a bit more than that. I was on my high road walking. I was going to the butcher's, and I saw these two women like smuggling into a shop. I'm just nosy. I'm like, oh, what they do? It was the hair shop. The hair shop was slyly letting people in. I got so excited. I started finding everyone. I'm like, yo, I'm in the hair shop. What do you need? What do you need? I was like, I'm buying all these packs of braiding. I'm buying all these packs of hair because my hair's going in braids.
Yeah, and like even like things like expression, for example. I remember because I was in China and people in the UK were complaining that something's happened with expression, blah blah blah. And I was like, a lot of the time people don't realize that it's not like it's just different companies that are just using expression labeling. So just because it's labeled expression, it doesn't mean it's made from the same company. And it's like it's mad because we're not the ones in control of the products that we use. Mm-hmm. So like who's going to set up an expression factory in the UK where it's quality controlled, we can ensure it's not giving people rash, etc., and we have control over it? Because I was like, we're not the ones controlling the production of expression, yet we're the ones consuming it and suffering from the side effects because it's just being mass produced with that as in consideration.
Here's the thing. If we say you did set up a factory over here that produced your own expressions, right? Mm-hmm. The costs will be high, so you'd have to charge people more. We don't have to spend money.
That's true, actually. Right? Yeah.
So, like, why am I spending £15 on a bag of hair over here when I can go to the Indian man down the road and get it for $1.99?
You see, that's our problem sometimes as well,
And if you say to him, but it's the quality, we're like, yeah, but I'm saving money. Which is a valid point. And not everyone has it to spend. Yeah. But still, like, come on.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh well. Right then. So I think that's all for our interview. And I want to say thank you so much for being on my channel. It was such a great time. I enjoyed asking questions. You're an amazing guest to have on any.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure my subscribers will absolutely love it.
I hope so.
Oh no, they will. They absolutely will. I'll edit this video and I'll share it with you and share it on Coaching Black Females. And I bet a bunch of people are going to ask to join. I'm going to be like, sorry, for capacity, you joined the club too late.
It was lovely speaking to you.
Right then. Right, guys, so that's my interview completed with Tanya. I'm sure you guys absolutely loved it. If you'd like more fantastic guests, then make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll be back with another video. Bye.